What's up, guys? Welcome to a new YouTube video. In this video, I'm going to be going over a concept that is highly agreed upon to be the only shortcut that exists in life, in entrepreneurship, and success and achievement, which is modeling, and specifically modeling behavior that works in regards of the results you want to create in your own life. As Tony Robbins says, success leaves clues. And oftentimes as entrepreneurs, or even if we're looking to create other results in our self-growth, creating a certain body, creating any result, going from point A to point B requires a certain set of knowledge and action and behavior and standards. And a lot of entrepreneurs who want to create certain results in their business and create certain results with their health and fitness, or create certain results in relationships, they get stuck. And they get stuck because either they're not sure what to do, or they know what to do, but there's some limiting blocks within them that are preventing them from actually taking the action they know they should take. And so this is where modeling comes in, and an even more powerful version of this is modeling plus accountability. So let's say you are an entrepreneur that wants to, build a certain body, build a certain physique, right? Entrepreneur number one may not know what to do. And quite frankly, I would not blame that person. If that person's you, I do not blame you, because there are thousands of different entities and companies and influencers out there telling you to do this and that and buy this and do this diet and buy this pill and do this program. And of course, it's very easy to be overwhelmed and to not really be sure what actually works for you and what is the action that should be taken in order to achieve that result. And so one of the best and most simple methods or courses of action to take in this scenario is to seek out somebody, whether it's a coach or just a friend who has achieved the exact result that you're looking to achieve in this situation, a physique, and just simply siphon the exact strategy and knowledge that they've followed to create that result and start following it yourself. Because again, there are 1,000 different inputs that you can use to look up what strategy you could take, all of which are going to tell you slightly different things or maybe drastically different things. And again, it can leave you in a state of confusion. So one of the best things to do is, again, get somebody who's achieved the result and just simply follow that strategy. Simplify it so you no longer have to, weigh pros and cons and try to measure the benefits of 1,000 different methods and 1,000 different initiatives. Just take their word for it and start following it, assuming it is in line with your own values and your own, core values, frankly. Because, for example, if you want to build a certain physique, but the person you're going to has taken steroids and you want to remain natural and you value health over getting bigger faster, then you would not want to, siphon their strategy and follow their strategy, right? So the caveat here, or the prerequisite, is talking to somebody or seeking somebody out or hiring a coach that has the same general core values that you do. And then within that, if they have a strategy that's worked for them to achieve a certain result, especially if they've helped other people achieve that result through the strategy too, then just follow that strategy. Even if you don't understand the process completely, even if you're still a little bit confused, or if you don't feel ready, just follow that process. Because what you do know is that you want that result. And like I said, the second part of this is, once you've taken this information from this mentor or from this person, and they're like, this is exactly how you achieve this result, you must follow this. The only other thing that really exists in the equation now is your own internal psychology or your own internal identity glass ceilings that could prevent you from taking the action that is now set out in front of you. Tony Robbins also says that, any, worthwhile goal or achievement in general is about 20% strategy or mechanics and 80% psychology. Under this umbrella of psychology, you could also tack on, your subconscious, your identity, and your paradigm and things of this nature, right? Just like your belief systems, like how you view yourself, what you feel you're worthy of, what you think life is about, like just your construct of yourself in the world. Like there could be different factors in here that would prevent you from taking action on things that work. And so this is where the accountability comes in, because a lot of people already have the 20% strategy determined. Again, if you don't, go to a person, go to a mentor, to even pay to go to a mentor, because a lot of the times the opportunity cost of not achieving this result is much higher than the investment to acquire that knowledge would be. But whether you get a mentor or just seek advice from a friend, somebody who's achieved that result, again, you have this strategy now, and now you need to do it, right? And the thing is about going to a friend is there's not going to be much accountability there. A mentor, there will be accountability. At least with most mentors, there will be some level of accountability there. And this is nice because if you're going from point A to point B, right, you're going from where you are now, you're about to follow the information that they've set out for you. You're going to go through not only a process of achieving the result that the strategy will govern, but you're also going to go through an internal transformation. And this internal transformation is arguably the more important of the two transformations. It's because you're developing yourself into the version of yourself that naturally achieves the external result. The external result will be nice and it will be an awesome byproduct, but you're going to go through an internal transformation where you're going to start breaking through glass ceilings, where you're going to start taking action and adopting behavior that you wouldn't have normally adopted. And it's going to feel scary. It's going to feel uncomfortable. You might run into limiting beliefs and limiting blocks. You might get anxious sometimes. You might run into self-doubt or imposter syndrome, or it could be 1,000 different things that you run into. But that's where the accountability is nice, is because it forces you to keep on pushing through all of that. Again, the 80% chunk of psychology, whatever's there for you, the strategy plus accountability just helps you take action, just force yourself through all of any and all baggage that's there, such that you achieve that result. And you also do the inner work by necessity, because now somebody's watching you, somebody's holding you accountable, and it's just a lot easier, and it tends to be more effective to take a strategy and go through the process now when somebody's actually looking at you and holding you accountable. And again, it's not always required, but it certainly is nice, and it's at the very minimum quite effective in most situations, especially when you're starting. So bringing this back around to the physique example, again, you can apply this to really any result that you want to achieve in life, whether it's tying your shoe, creating a 7-figure business, getting a certain physique. This concept is quite universal. But in regards of a physique, again, the strategy and the accountability are the main two factors there. The accountability will help you because, again, a lot of people who do not have a quote-unquote good physique, according to them, there's usually some mental barriers that are preventing them from actually taking action, even though they do know the strategy. Like, a lot of people know a lot of things that would be good for them in the strategy department with health and fitness. They know they should drink more water. They know they should eat less calories. They know they should, get more physical activity. They know they should prioritize their sleep a little bit better. They know they should prioritize, single ingredient foods or whole foods and eat less processed foods, junk foods, etc. They know these things, but they don't take action. And again, that's due to the psychology portion of it, where they have certain beliefs or certain identities that they've associated with that are preventing them from taking the action that they already know how to do. So once a coach comes into play, or a mentor that they've invested in, or maybe a friend that they're just really, respect and they don't want to disappoint them, then they're more likely to run through those trenches and bash through those beliefs, through their behavior, through the strategy, in order to achieve that result, again, resulting in the internal transformation. So that's kind of just a brief overview, a brief picture of how useful, again, one, getting the right strategy is, but two, having some form of accountability to actually push yourself through to follow the strategy, even though there may be a lot of internal blocks and internal fears or beliefs that would have previously prevented you from taking the action. So that's pretty much the point I wanted to make today. And the punchline here, I guess the second punchline, or the really nice thing about this shortcut and modeling behavior and finding somebody's strategy that works and then executing it, is that it can literally save you years or even decades from your life, because trial and error is becoming less and less and less effective versus attaining a proven strategy from someone who has created results from themselves and others. Like, it could literally be in regards of a physique, it could be the difference between falling on and off for 20 years or immediately starting to progress towards the physique of your dreams and never looking back after 6 months, a year, 2 years. In business, it could be the difference between, again, staying at like a low, level, 5 figures, whatever that is to you, for years, and maybe getting to 6 a little bit, and just kind of figuring it out on your own and trying different things, getting frustrated. Or it could be the difference between that, getting a mentor that shows you a certain strategy to do certain things, develop yourself, that literally skyrockets your business and you go 7 figures within 1 or 2 years. It's the possibilities are endless. The roof is like wide open. And this is why I'm such an advocate about, cutting a check for speed, as I've heard Dean Graziosi recently say. This concept isn't original to him. He just said it in that way, and I kind of liked it. And because I've invested in mentors in myself, not for fitness particularly, but for business, but just in general, I'm an advocate for giving up a resource that is renewable, which is money, in order to prioritize a resource which is not renewable, which is your time and the years of life that you have. So that's kind of my philosophy. Again, this is a brief overview on why modeling behavior of successful people in whatever results you want to create is useful. And I encourage you to think about who you should be talking to in regards of the results that you want to create in your life. And whether that's a person or a coach or a certain book that you want to attain information from, I encourage you to consider what that might be. So that's the message for today, guys. I hope this was valuable for you. If you have any questions, feel free to comment them down below or hit me up on Instagram. The link will be in the description. Besides that, have a wonderful rest of your night. I'll see you next time. Peace out.